I just love the way it looks when I'm sitting down here with my books. Hi besties, welcome to an all-new reading vlog. This is a reading vlog that I've been so excited to film. I've been meaning to film this for so long. I've been meaning to film a reading vlog in general for so long. I started filming multiple 24-hour readathons. I've started filming another weekly reading vlog and nothing was working out. So here we are right now starting an all-new reading vlog. I really wanted to enjoy this atmosphere, this rainy weather outside with a book in my hand. Now without further ado, let's talk about this challenge. So I don't know if you guys have seen this video. I'm sure you have if you watch any booktube videos. I originally saw this challenge from Ellen Catherine and I think that's where I got my questions from as well. So I have a list of 10 scavenger hunt questions that I will be reading off one by one. They're like prompts, so we're gonna pick off one book and we're gonna go to the next one like a scavenger hunt, one after the other, until we reach question number 10, which is going to apply to the book that I will be reading in this reading vlog, and then we will read that book together. This will be a spoiler-free reading vlog, so let me open up my questions and we can begin this fun little challenge. So every person who does this video has a set of rules for themselves. My rule is that for the first 9 questions, I will only be picking books that I have read, and then for the 10th, I'm going to move on to my TBR cart. I do have a priority March TBR that I want to tackle first, so if I can get the 10th question to match my March TBR, we'll be picking a book off my March TBR. Otherwise, all first 9 questions are going to be related to books that I have read already. Now that that's all explained, let's get to the very first question. The very first question is to pick a book that I gave 5 stars this year. So this year I only gave 2 books 5 stars. As per my Hall of Fame, only 2 books have 5 stars for the year of 2025 so far. That is One for My Enemy and Better by Far. I think for the sake of this video, I'm probably going to pick out Better by Far by Hazel Hayes. So this was my only 5-star book in February and I absolutely love this book. Let's continue. Okay, question number 2. Find a book you'll recommend to someone who liked this. So I could say Hazel Hayes' other book, but I feel like that would be a cop-out. I think I have this in a video too, and when I filmed it, I said if you like Sally Rooney writing, you would like Hazel Hayes writing. I'm going to go ahead and reach for Normal People because I feel like the character arcs were very similar in these. So I think if you like Better by Far, I would recommend Normal People. All right, going good so far. Now find a book with the same number of words in the title. Okay, so that's 2. This makes it fairly easy. I'm going to go for the first book that caught my attention as soon as I turned to my bookshelf. Catherine House. 2 words. 2 words. It works. So question number 4, find a book with a similar page count as this book. Okay, let's see, how many pages does this have? 310. Okay, I'm gonna sift through my bookshelf and I'll get back to you guys with a book that I picked. That took way longer than I thought it would to find a book with exactly 310 pages, but we found it. We're gonna pick Before We Were Strangers by Renee Carlino. Next question is find a book with similar tropes. So this is Right Person, Wrong Time, Second Chance Romance. Immediately my mind is going straight to Love in Other Words. I feel like the tropes are very, very, very similar, although this one, they were friends in college and then they got estranged and then they became adults. This one is more, oh wait, rather than this, let's go People We Meet on Vacation, because they are in college, they become best friends, they get estranged, and then they end up falling in love again. Yeah, okay, this is such a better match than Love in Other Words. Side note, I am so excited for the movie that's coming out. Like, next question. Find a book with a similar color combination as this one. Okay, so this is oranges and green. Orange books do I have? Okay, I have the trouble with Hating You is it's not exactly. It's like a really bright orange. I feel like I'm gonna have to choose like an Emily Henry book because that seems like the only thing that's like exact. But let me see if I find something. Okay, I think this one is pretty. The oranges are most similar to all the other books that I own. So I think that is what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick The Shadi Setup by Lily Vale. Okay, so next question. Read the first sentence and find a book with the word that is in that sentence. First sentence. I dragged myself on a walk around my neighborhood twice. The soup of North Carolina's early June humidity plastering my hair to the back of my neck. None of these are ringing a bell. Let me compare. I'm excited I found one. Okay, so the sentence is I dragged myself on a walk around my neighborhood twice. Twice Shy by Sarah Hogle. Love this book. This book is so underrated. I see no one talking about this book of hers. Go to the acknowledgements, pick a name written in there, and find an author with that name. But if there is no name, can I just... So there's Carol, Bill, Violet, Jennifer, Anna, Trisha, Sally, Ashley, Sally Rooney. Okay, this is Beautiful World, Where Are You? Okay, so this is Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. These are tougher than I thought they would be. Okay, find a book that was published in the same year. Okay, 2021. So let's see. Hold on. 2021, The Fine Print, Lauren Asher. I know I have other 2021 books, but this is the first one that came into my mind when I looked at my bookshelf, so we're just gonna go with it. We're on our very last question. Find a book that's title or author starts with the last letter of the previous book. T. So that would be T. Oh my god. Okay, wait. I'm gonna go grab the book. I know exactly what book I'm gonna go for. I am so excited. Can you guys tell? Oh, I've been meaning to read this book for so long. The Shadows Between Us by Tricia Lemonseller. So the title was Fine Print. We got T, and the author's name starts with a T. Also, the book starts with T. So what better book could we have picked? I am so excited. I am giddy with excitement. Can you guys tell? I think you guys can tell. Okay, so we will be reading The Shadows Between Us by Tricia Lemonseller. I think this is like a fantasy. If you guys watched my March TBR video, you guys know that I solely bought this book because of the first line, and the prompt that I got for this book was also first lines. I'm excited to be picking this up. So let's go get our sticky tabs and let's get ready to read. Okay, I've picked out my sticky tabs and I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys remember. Of course you remember, it was just 2 minutes ago where I said that it was raining outside, and so I wanted that ambiance of a thriller movie and stuff like that. And I think reading fantasy during this kind of weather is just chef's kiss. I don't know how much I'm gonna like this, but I'm very, very excited for this book because I have been eyeing it for an absolute long time, and I think this was on my TBR for 2 months in a row now, and it was on my TBR a long time ago last year. So I'm gonna stop yapping and we're gonna start reading. This is honestly an insane hook for a story because on the first page you're telling me she killed the guy she loved, then you're telling me that she did it with a knife she got on her 15th birthday just 3 months ago. Is she 15? All right, we need to have a quick little chat. It is the next night. It is not even the same night as I started filming this video. That's because after I finished telling you guys everything, after I started actually reading the book, I ended up getting my period. So all I did after that was lay in bed, take a nap, go to sleep, wake up this morning, suffer with cramps, binge watch movies, and now here we are. I did get a little bit into the book, so I'm on page 94. I will say this book is addicting. I think it's because it's written like YA fantasy, so it's very like simplistic, and this is a prime example of book, like, you know, the writing advice, or like people say that a book is good if every sentence hooks you. Like every sentence should be providing for the story, and I feel like there is no useless sentence in here. Addicting to read because you're just like reading and you're constantly in this girl's mind. This girl's low-key a psychopath. Let me explain what this book is about before I start sounding like I don't know what I'm talking about. Alessandra is the second daughter of, I don't even know what her father is. She's part of like this whole like royal kingdom, and for them it's like people get arranged to get married, they get married to dukes, like it's all for money. There's barely ever any love marriages. Alessandra was always overlooked, so she ended up she's like kind of a rebel in a way, but secretly we find out on the very first page that she murdered one of her ex-lovers because he didn't want to be with her anymore, and she like buried him. She like did everything by herself. And I just want to read you guys something like so iconic. So we already know the first line. I read you guys the first line already, and then she continues. I buried Hector Galanis in a hole so deep even the devils of the earth couldn't reach him. But yeah, so he basically cheated on her, I think. So he was like, you know what, you and I are done. And Alessandra was like, she gave him her first everything. So she goes on, she's like talking about all that, and she goes, I also remember what finally helped my head catch up with my pounding heart, the last word out of Hector's lips. This was after she stabbed him. She goes, Alessandra, his last word was my name. His last thought was of me. I won. And from that moment, I love this main character. So she makes a plan because she really wants power. So she's like, she is going to get the Shadow King to fall in love with her, and she's gonna marry him, and then she's gonna kill him. So she sets this plan in motion, and now she's living at the castle because the Shadow King is enamored with her, and she's like, okay, my plan is working. But then she finds out that from the Shadow King, she finds out that someone is already trying to kill him because he has been trying to find out the person who murdered his parents. And so now Alessandra is in the middle of everything, and she's like, you know what, no one is going to kill him on my watch because first she needs to get married to him. Turns out that one of her most recent lovers, who literally proposed to her, is also staying at that palace, and now he's like, you have nothing like, over my head. There's like nothing at all you can hold against me. The thing that Alessandra had against him holds no weight. So now she's dealing with that guy who's saying, I'm gonna go tell the Shadow King that you are not a virgin. So then the Shadow King wouldn't marry her because he wants to marry her. Move on. Like, there's no one else you would want. But yeah, so that's basically where I'm at right now. She is trying to get the Shadow King to fall in love with her. And then there's all these other characters that are there. There's some that are really annoying. There's some that are very like heartwarming. There is one of the girls that she's friends with that I really like, and then one of the other ones I don't like. She got a letter from her father from back home who's saying, oh, you know, like Hector that you've like seen a couple times, Hector being her first love, who she killed. Apparently his father is launching an investigation because now out of nowhere, out of the blue, Hector's father thinks that Hector was murdered. And so in Alessandra's father's letter, he says that the police showed up at his house and was basically questioning him, and her father was like, you know, just be wary, the constable might come to talk to you. And so now Alessandra's like, what the heck is going on? That's all that's been happening. And I feel like there's so many different points of like the plot that are like constantly being like engaged in. And so this book is really, really fun to read as well as easy to read, and I'm enjoying my time. I'm having a good time reading it. I just wish I was able to read more throughout yesterday and today. I just was not feeling well. Also, I just wanted to point out I never took this dust cover off, or this dust jacket off, but this is so stunning. I never noticed this. Like, it's a silver spine. I think I never went as far as taking the entire dust jacket off. I took off like the cover part and I was like, oh, this is so boring. And then today when I was reading, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so pretty. And like the rose just adds to it. Like, look at that. I think it's upside down. It is upside down. Okay, yeah. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna continue reading page 95. We'll see how far I get tonight. To cease blowing. The bugs. I finished this book. I ate this up. I love this way more than I thought I would. I mean, I already thought that I would like it, but then we got a little bit into the middle and I started getting a little bit bored. Some things started seeming like they were getting dragged out. Some things just seemed out of place. But then we got to the climax in the third act, Chef's Kiss. That was so good. I did predict the one plot twist, like the big major plot twist. I think like halfway through the book I started predicting it. But other than that, I love this. I think after like sitting with it, I was originally, when we were like halfway through the book, I was like, okay, it's seeming like a 3-star book. But then when the third act happened, obviously I started feeling very optimistic towards it. So I think I'm going to settle on giving this a 4-star, which is crazy because I haven't had a 4-star book in so long. I love this. I love the Shadow King. I love Alessandra. I love her values and her morals, and I like her story. I don't know, I just kind of love it. And I love Callias. He's perfect. He's perfect. And then the scene where he's basically like groveling, when he fell to his knees, I couldn't stop giggling. Like, that was perfect. Wait, I just realized in my book in here I don't have an epilogue. So I was reading it on my Kindle and there's no epilogue in the actual book, but there's an epilogue in the Kindle. Okay, that's crazy. Anyways, I am going to be giving this a 4-star, and that is my book. Anyways, this was really fun. I really enjoyed having the scavenger hunt, pick a book. I think I'm going to be doing this more because it's just, I don't know, it's just fun to go from book to book to finalize a certain book. And I'm really happy that we got something that was on my March TBR because now we are fully making progress. Although this did take me a while, I think I'm still in that like slumpy mood that I have been in. We finished a book, we got a 4-star book, so I'm very, very optimistic to be reading other books because for so long I was only getting 2 stars and 3 stars and it just felt like I wasn't finding anything that I liked. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys like this scavenger hunt. I do want to do this again, so I hope to do this soon, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.